Hello, this is Manish Patel from ichimokutrade.com. Today is June 17th, 2012. This is our weekly Ichimoku analysis for the currency markets, where we're going to cover everything from the Europe side, Euro, to Pound, to Canadian, to New Zealand, to Australian, and so forth. It's an interesting week because we've got Greece elections today. So let's see exactly what the charts offer, especially for the Euro USD. This is our normal disclaimer to state this is for education use only. If you decide to take any trades, you're doing that at your own risk. All charts you're going to see are basically from Thinkorswim, from TD Ameritrade. Here are my contact details. You can contact me here in email via info@eicapital.com, or you could access our website ichimokutrade.com for any of our free videos, email alerts, heat maps, multiple time frame signals, or anything like that. It's all available there at ichimokutrade.com. Okay, let's begin. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go and look at the heat map. If you don't know what this is, please go to the website and you can see what it is. Basically, we're going to look at the daily and weekly time frames. We're looking for the same color code, and then what we're looking for is the daily being even in a 2 or 4. That basically means it's setting up for a multiple time frame buy on the long term. If you look here, there's not really much opportunities at all. There's the EURGBP right now, which we'll definitely look at. And if you scroll down, there's not much else. There's the Euro New Zealand. So a lot of the Euro currencies, you notice that. But we'll just keep on scrolling down. And you really don't see any bullish opportunities at all bearish opportunities. So that's not good right now. So basically the market's in a big consolidation pattern, or basically in big pullback phase right now. So let's go start looking at the charts. Remember, on the left hand side is basically the daily time frame, right hand side is basically the weekly time frame. So if we go through these charts, let's start with the Australian pairs. Australian currency. Australian pairs here, you can see that this looks like a bullish trend here, but it's actually in the cloud, so we're consolidating. And if you look here, basically in the weekly time frame, so here you're in the cloud too, is basically consolidating. However, this is setting up for a bearish trend. If this thing holds at 369 and then goes down and breaks 166, this can sit there and start a long-term trend to the downside, where the Canadian dollar will get strong to Australian. So we got to see exactly what happens at 369, which is the major resistance level that's getting very close to. It's at a minor one right now, but the major one's actually at 369, and the support level is going to be basically at 166 moving forward. Australian Switzy, nothing really going on here. It's at a major resistance level right now at 95.70, and the major support level is going to be 9400. Nothing really going on there, so we're just going to keep on moving forward. Going to skip some of those exotic pairs here. Here you could see on Australian yen, this thing is basically, let me just remove these alerts. If you look at this chart, it's really doing nothing. If you look at the weekly, it's just big one consolidation pattern right now. This thing had a bearish trend. It's undergoing a major pullback as far as daily is concerned, but the weekly is basically telling you it's in a major consolidation pattern. We're at a minor resistance level right now, which is 79.62. The major one's going to be 81.56 moving forward. Australia, New Zealand. If you look at Australia and New Zealand, really nothing going on here on both the daily or weekly. Resistance level is going to be basically 28.49, and then support level is going to be basically the pivot low, which is going to be 25.50. Moving down, let's go Australian USD. Australian USD, nothing really going on. You could see here we basically hit a triple bottom. Sometimes people look at it. We kind of bounced off there, so we're just kind of ranging between that value there at 95.85, and this high value here is basically 1.0796. Major support in this here is going to be 99.81. Major resistance level is going to be right now coming up to is about 337. CAD Switzy. Nothing really going on here at all. It's not even worth talking about, so we're just going to skip over that one. CAD Yen. Let's clean up some of the stuff we've had from the videos. Anyways, this was basically doing nothing except consolidating right now. It's just sitting there going back and forth in a big high range. And if you look at here on the weekly time frame, you're pretty much ranging between this huge level here, which is about 800 pips or so, a range right there. Resistance level is going to be basically 78.69. Support level is going to be basically 76.55. So we're just pretty much just going sideways right now. We did have a bearish trend here. It's kind of stuck right here. It hasn't decided if it wants to undergo a major pullback or to continue starting to trend downward. So it's got to make a decision. The only way it's going to make a decision is after it breaks 78. What's it going to do is going to be the big question for the CAD yen. Let's keep on going. I'm going to ignore some of these Switzy pairs. They're boring. Let's go look at the Euro pairs, especially with everything going on with Greece right now. If you look here, basically Euro Australian, the sentiment has changed basically in the daily time frame here, basically to be bearish. Major support is going to be 25.15 going forward, and you can see that here. If it breaks to 25.15, that this does have a possibility of retesting the low here, so it does have ability to go 200 pips down lower. So right now the Australian USD is pointing down, but you don't know until what's going to happen. It breaks this 25.15 level. Okay, so you got to wait for that level to be broken in order to discern what's going on. EURGBP on the daily looks like nothing, but if you look on the weekly time frame, this is slowly trickling down. This isn't a bearish trend, believe it or not, but it's slowly moving down, not fast paced at all. Euro Switzy, nothing being done there since it's being pegged, so that's being a boring one. Euro pound. This is basically still a bearish trend to the downside here for the Euro pound on the weekly time frame. Resistance is going to be 81.09, and support basically, of course, is going to be this pivot low here, which is going to be 79.87. So we're kind of in between two different worlds right now for the Euro pound. And if you look here, this is bearish trend here, and it's just consolidating. Okay, so the Euro pound is basically still trending downwards, and I'll definitely look to see exactly what's going to happen here. But as we talked about, major critical levels are 79.87 for the support and 81.09 for the resistance. Next, we're going to go to Euro pound, Euro yen. Euro yen is basically been trending downwards. As you saw, I got here to the major support area, kind of penetrated and then came right back up above it. So that's not really much there. This is bearish trend here. It's kind of hanging around here, right around the 100 level. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens on this. Resistance levels for this one are basically 101.79, 103.51 is the big one, and of course the support is going to be 96.93. Excuse me. Euro NOK, we're going to talk about this. Nothing really going on this one, so we're just going to ignore that one. Euro New Zealand. Euro New Zealand here, as you can see from the trend here, this is going down here. It broke the support here, went a little lower, then came back. This one's been an ugly trend here. Really not much going on this one, so it's not even worth talking about this one. The one we should spend some time on is on the Euro USD. As you can see here, the daily here was in a bearish trend here. We're kind of right around this little top part right here, which is 96.66 level, and then right around here is kind of where we stopped here at 24.73. So this is the levels that we're kind of at. We didn't quite, when we started going lower here, come and retest the lows here, which is at 1941. But it seems like we still need to go retest that lows to sit there and confirm that the Euro USD has officially bottomed out. So right now, with the Greece elections going on, if you look at the daily chart, short term, exactly what's going on, nothing really going on. If this thing goes up, it's going to be basically a major pullback. Resistance levels, you're going to be looking at 27.85 as the resistance level moving forward. And then above that would be about 28.86, which is a major one. So if it goes up, it's going to probably go up to about 28.86, which is the major level, to see exactly what's going to happen there. At that point, if it continues to move up, then maybe the bearish trend will stop. If it doesn't, it'll bounce off there and then continue to go down and retest the lows at the 1.919 level. The support side, on the minor support side, is going to be 24.73. So those are the levels for going into Euro USD with the Greek elections. Really, charts are telling us nothing right now. We're in between support resistances, so you really can't sit there and put a trade on at all. If you have existing trade on, then you need to tighten up your stops, but there's no new trade right now since we're between two different levels. Pound, euro pound, as you can see, this was a big consolidation pattern. It looked like it was going to break down here, then it faked, came up very hard here, and then kind of pulled back right now. So we're kind of in between two different worlds as far as the weekly is concerned. It's just one big consolidation pattern where the top is here and the new range is still going to be right around here. So that's going to be pretty much the range for the pound Australian. If you look at the daily time frame here, this is being basically trending here, went straight up, it's gone down, it's done a major pullback. We kind of held this level right around here, which is about 54.36. Now the key thing is if it wants to come retest a high here and continue the trend, it's got an opportunity, but it's got to break for 56.35, and the major one's going to be 58.13. If it breaks for 58.13, I think we'll go retest the highs here, but only time will tell. It'll probably take about another month to 2 months if it's going to retest the highs at all. Pound CAD, nothing really going on. You could see a big consolidation pattern. You could see it getting tighter and tighter because the highs here are making lower here and the lows are coming up. So you just basically doing a big triangle pattern here and nothing really going on as far as the pound CAD is concerned. Pound Switzy, nothing really going on there at all. Major support level is going to be basically around 45.95. Major resistance level is going to be this peak high here, which is 51.16 moving forward. Pound yen, nothing really going on. You can see from the weekly, this is just basically consolidating between a huge consolidation pattern here and here. Major resistance level is going to be 125.29. If it holds that 125.29 level, it does have a possibility, believe it or not, to come and retest this low here at 117.56. So the key is going to be there. We are at a minor support level here, resistance level right now. So if we break that one, then it'll go to 125.29, which is pretty much the the major resistance level. If it holds there, then this does have ability to come down and retest this level. It does have to break 122.04, which is a major support level, in order to start retesting lows at 117. Pound New Zealand, nothing really going on right now. It's at a major support level, which is basically 98.42. It's bounced off that temporarily, but remember, this is in a consolidation pattern, so you don't know really what's going to happen. We're right at the middle of the consolidation pattern. If you look on a daily, this is trending. It's gone for a major pullback. It doesn't. This could reverse completely, or it can sit there and pull back. We don't know at all. The key support level is going to be 98.42. Resistance level is going to be basically 2.0072, and then 2.0399 is the major one moving forward. Pound Singapore dollar, we'll look at this. There's nothing really going on, just consolidating. It's getting tighter and tighter and tighter. You notice the highs are making lower highs and the lows are making higher lows. So this thing's getting tighter and tighter. So this thing's going to explode sooner or later. It's just a matter of when. Pound USD, really nothing going on. Went down, retested this low, which is pretty much bottom of the consolidation pattern. Now I'm sure we'll sit there and come right back up to sit there and retest this part here. So we're just swinging between two big, huge 1,000 pip ranges right now, and nothing really going on after that. So there's no opportunity there. We are at a minor resistance level right now, so if we hold the 57.12 level, we do have the ability to go down back to 52.48, and then 52.81, and then also have the ability to penetrate that if we could hold this level right now. That's the major question. Whoops, we skipped on New Zealand pairs. New Zealand CAD, nothing really going on here. You could see we're just basically consolidating right now, so there's nothing really going on right now. 81.50 is the next major resistance level. 80.10 is basically a major support, and the major one's going to be basically 79.36 moving forward. New Zealand Switzy, nothing really going on there. You got a major resistance level that's coming up, which is basically around 75. I would say about 75, and then major support level is going to be basically 72.90 moving forward. Scrolling down, New Zealand yen, Nothing really going on here. You can see just things just consolidated between two different ranges right now. There's the ranges there, 57.96 and 69.01. You notice majority of these currency pairs have the 1,000 pip ranges right now on the weekly time frame. Here, New Zealand, Singapore, nothing really going on. It had hit this double top here, came down. We're pretty much at the bottom of the range right now, so there basically is the bottom of the range right now of this. If you look here on the daily, this is bearish trending. It's basically done a major pullback right now, and key is exactly what it's going to do now. Support levels are going to be basically 98.64, and resistance level that you're looking at is basically 731. New Zealand US dollar. This is basically again, this is big consolidation pattern here. There's the top of the range, there's the bottom of the range, pretty much right there. Nothing really going on right now. We are at a major resistance level right now. If we hold there, then we do have a possibility coming back all the way down to 74.28 and retesting lows, and possibly sit there and start a trend to the downside, which we have yet to do, because we've been pretty much doing a consolidation pattern. If you look here, this is a perfect pattern to go bearish. Did a minor double bottom here and then went back up. This is a major pullback, believe it or not, because this is not a double bottom at all. The real double bottoms are ones that basically have a major pullback and then the double bottom occurs. If you keep on scrolling down, let's go to US CAD. Basically got to the top of the range, which we had specified in the last two videos of 381. Now we're looking to pretty much get to the bottom of the range, which is basically 98.02. That's all this thing's been doing. We are a major support right now, so if we hold there, then we do have the ability to come back to the top of the range at 382 and have the ability to blow past it. But right now it does not look like it at all, but we have to wait and see exactly what's going to happen. But this does have ability to do that if it could sit there and hold this 133 level. It's right about here, a 203 level. So 203 level is a major level right now for the US CAD. US Switzy, nothing really going on. Had a little bop up, but really not much, because if you look, that was just a resistance break here, went up here, and if you look, that's not much movement here. That's about 271 pip movement, but nothing really much going on with this pair at all. It's not really starting a long-term trend, so it's not worth even looking at. Sorry, that was US and Israel. Let's go look at US yen. US yen, really nothing going on right now, so we're just going to keep on moving over. US Mexico, this is one I've been liking as far as exotics are concerned. This has been a nice ride up, and now basically we're out of the trade here. And now if you look at this, this is a weekly trend. It's still bullish. It's still very bullish, intact. It's got to sit there and hold at 13.7376 or at 13.5718. If it holds there, then this thing does have a potential going higher, but we have to wait and see exactly what's going to happen to that. And that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. If you have any questions, please let us know. We'll definitely speak to you next week. And that's it. Here are my contact details again. You could basically access EURGBP for our multiple time frame email alerts or phone alerts, and also our heat map. Thank you.